everyone, and welcome to my first tutorial. I am... I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing most of this off of the cuff, and my allergies are also flaring up because of all the pollen out here and stuff. So I may do a lot of, I might be saying a lot. But, you all came here for an art tutorial, and that is what you are going to get. I am Tumblr user Armin Arredo, and also known as CFE from FNODA. So, here we go. Alright, so, I am using a tablet here, just to get this out of the way, and also a program called Paint Tool Sci. It's pretty well known. I'm using a Wacom Intuos. I recommend that you get a tablet if you're going to do digital art, because it makes your life a lot easier, but it's not completely necessary. And there's also an analog equivalent if you're really hoping to get that kind of control over your lines. You can use a pencil, and I think that's where you might want to start, because, you're actually drawing under... Shut up. You're actually, drawing the lines, and not drawing them onto a different one surface and watching them appear onto another. That can be very difficult for a beginner to get used to. Okay, so, when you first start art, everyone wants to learn how to draw a person. And a lot of times, if you've started art when you're in, 6th grade, you will go out and buy a Christopher Hart book, and then you'll draw some frickin' anime people, like... Yeah, like that. Now, as you can see, that does not look that good. So this video will be some tips for beginners in order to learn to draw properly. Well, not properly, just a more preferable way to kind of grinding your pencil into a paper and hoping something vaguely anime comes out of it. Okay, so our first lesson for this video is going to be one that I'm sure everyone came here hoping to be able to do. We're going to learn how to draw a yaoi. Now, I have a PhD in yaoi, so I can assure you that the information I'm giving you is very much standard to the industry, and it should prove very helpful for you when you are working on this. Okay, so anything you have heard about figure construction or anything, you don't have to do all that in yaoi. Yaoi is very spur of the moment. None of that is needed. Okay, so, we're going to start out drawing our seimei, as many would call it. You begin by giving him a lovely long chin. Okay, here's the little curve for where his eye goes. And then here's his cheekbone. Bit of a Benedict Cumberbatch thing going on, am I right? And then you come down, bring his chin down to a gentle point, and back up. Make sure you define that jawline. And remember that the ear goes from the eye to the nose. That's very important. And then ears look something like that. Yeah. Alright, so before we get started on his mystifying eyes, that's the most difficult part of the yaoi, actually. We're going to fill in some of the other pieces of his facial anatomy. So we're going to have his nose, and his lips. He's got some dainty lips here. A yaoi character needs to have very soft lips. That it makes him kissable. It makes him desirable. Alright, and this little line here is the bridge of his nose. You don't need to draw the entire nose, of course. Drawing the entire nose is, it's a very unprofessional thing to do. And now you're going to move on, and before we keep getting to the eyes and hair, we're going to draw his neck. Remember that men have an Adam's apple, so you gotta, like, define that. Adam's apples are very sexy. Now, you have his neck here, and some shoulders there. And there we go, now we're talking. Gotta get them collarbones in. Alright, so now that we've got that, we gotta get down to his eyes. Zoom in here to make the process a little more clear. You begin. He is going to be a Bishonen, which is an ancient Japanese word meaning beautiful man. And you begin by defining the overall shape. Now, this kind of squarish eye is something you see a lot in yaoi. So you're going to draw a thick, heavy line here, very thick, very heavy. And that will be his eyelid. And you kind of want to have his eye half-lidded. It gives him that mysterious, sexy look. Kind of like someone who's on Molly. Look at that. And then it's time for his eyebrow. And if you've been on Tumblr, then I'm sure you know how important eyebrows are. Now we're talking. Alright, he's looking pretty good, isn't he? And now we draw his other eye. Now, since it's on the other side of his face, it needs to be a little smaller. There we go. Alright. And his other eyebrow. Now we need to give him some appropriately spiky anime hair. Anime hair is very fluffy, it's very luxurious, and it can be difficult for some people to draw. But bear with me. You want to start by building up the basic shape. So you might want to define the edge around his head, where the hair is going to extend to, and then add in his bangs. And you got to make sure you have like a random part in here somewhere. Kind of like Edward Elric in Full Metal Alchemist, just kind of have it stick out there. That's perfect. And now, as I'm sure you know, mullets are very, very sexy. So be sure to build up some short strokes down here to show that it's short cropped hair down here. And now we're talking. Now that we've finished with this hunk of a man right here, we're going to move on to his uke. Now, ukes are quite a bit less graceful than seimeis are. They don't have that kind of subtle masculinity but delicacy about them. They're very childish and round. So we're going to start by drawing a circle. And, of course, that's not how a face looks, so we have to give him a chin. There we go. Alright, now that we've got his face, well, his head, we can begin working on his body. Now, he's in the background here, so he's going to look pretty small. We draw his neck. That's the average head to neck ratio that an uke should be drawn in. Ukes do not have shoulders. They do, however, have very wide childbearing hips. Something kind of like a shoulder is where their arms come out of, but you know. Now, remember that they have very round eyes. Just like that. Very round, very shiny. Now, we're going to have a bit of a special uke here today. He's going to be, there's going to be something alien, something mysterious about him. So we'll give him some antennae to denote the fact that he is alien. There we go. Let's give him a nice broad mouth to show his confusion, his lust. Okay, so, now let's get into his hands. There we go, that looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, I forgot something very important. Their legs must almost always be doing this. They have to look like they have to do that shoujo protagonist leg syndrome thing. Alright, so now we've got this. I hope you all enjoyed my tutorial and it was educational for some of you, at least some of the viewers. If you keep practicing, you too can get results like this. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.